Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Doc and Queenie Facebook Live. It's Monday, and it is
Hi, Nick. I know. Thank you very much. Thank you.
how
I
you
know,
doing?
Doc. You never know what you're going to get, right?
No, I don't, and I think it goes both ways, don't you?
Yeah, that's probably very true. Oh my goodness, what a week it has been, my friend.
Yep. What
Last
happened
week,
last week?
last week we celebrated the Super Bowl, and um, everything went chaotic after that, and certainly destructive with one of our members of the community being killed, which is horrific, and several other people certainly injured. And three of them are still in the hospital, as I understand, as of this morning. And the kids have been released, which is hallelujah. But you look at this stuff and you just go, OMG, you guys.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense on a lot of levels. And
Absolutely.
I always say life is short. We don't know how or when we're out of here because we're not making it out alive. But
You don't expect something like this. And that's
no.
the part that I know is so hard. And people have to wrap their heads around it. You know what is actually cool? Kansas City, first of all, is so resilient. And thank you for doing this background, Doc. This just lights everything up and puts it in perspective. The KC Strong that everybody's been doing, oh my gosh. But the rest of the story is what causes people, hey, Deb, what causes people to do things like this and take the safety piece away? Several locations have actually been putting counselors in place that people can literally, as I understand, walk in for free and chat for a sec or a time. And so I thought that was pretty awesome. What a tribute to Kansas City, the resilience piece, and certainly people hopping on board. If you need help, I'm here. And I just thought, oh my gosh, what a cool thing, which kind of once again talks to the testament of how cool Kansas City is.
Yes. And I think I had made a comment to someone just even when things were happening. There was a video there were a couple of guys that tackled one of the bad guys. And, you don't see that either. Yeah, but it's fantastic that they are thinking through helping people out as far as the counselors. And it's like, what do you say? You just pray for the families of everybody, not just the families that were shot up, the people that were doing it, so which is hard.
It's definitely hard for sure. But again, Kansas City is resilient, and I thank you for this background because it is super cool.
You're welcome. So what else is new? How was the rest of your week? I know I survived Valentine's Day.
I know, seriously, that was an interesting Valentine's Day for sure. And it's just everything is accelerated, I feel. And I don't know if it's because it's first quarter or all the different groups I'm in. We had a heck of a posting party this morning with a new person on, which was fun. So there were 10 of us, which is awesome for a Monday morning. I know you love Mondays, Doc.
I do.
And so that was fun. And it's always nice to welcome new people to the community. So life is great. There's so many things to do in Zoom land for sure. But there's also so many things to do in person in the communities. So hopefully, once again, everybody will recognize the resilience piece of all of us.
Yes, I actually, believe it or not, was up early. I'm usually up early, but I had a friend that wanted to meet me at the local coffee place. So I was there at 8:00.
Whoa, that must be a heck of a friend for that hour.
Well, I always like to set, my time is I'm this week is the start of crazy. And I love it. It's not crazy bad. I love it. So I just had a window. I set my window and I actually said 8:30 to 10. And so I got there early. There were two people, me and someone else that was there. And I was saying to the baristas,
okay.
I'm like, said I was expecting it to be a little bit, and they're like, no, about 9:00. Well, 9:00, everybody And
All the kids are in school and they've done their thing. Yeah.
yeah. The interesting thing about it was, as my friend and I were chatting, we were looking around. A majority of the tables were guys,
Okay.
3 or 4 guys talking, and you're like, huh, because it's usually the women or women and kids. But a majority of the tables, I'd say probably 6, 7, 8 tables were guys. And you're like,
Wow.
it was kind of unusual. Not that they can't go to a coffee shop and talk, but it's just
Yeah.
funny.
Welcome. Absolutely. Well, Grace, welcome. We're glad that you're with us. Hopefully, Sonny gets all of our prayers for his recovery. So we're super glad that you could join us today, too.
Yes. So, Queenie,
Uh-oh. Yes, Doc. When
I
you say,
have
oh no.
and it's full of lots of notes.
Let's hear it, Doc. I'm a little nervous, but go ahead.
But I need to backtrack because yesterday was battery day. And have you ever thought about how much batteries make a difference in our lives, from computer batteries to car batteries to fire alarm batteries, or smoke detectors, I should say, to
Let's talk car.
car
Okay.
batteries?
How many people had car trouble during our incredible frozen tundra thing that happened for 3.5 weeks, but who's counting? And so, how many people had battery challenges on their cars? And so, yeah, Doc, I think Battery Day is a biggie because I love it when parents say, I know exactly how to punish my kid. And I always go, what does that mean? And they go, all you have to do is take away their cord, and they can't do nothing. And they're going to be incredibly careful with everything. And they're going to mind, and they're probably going to empty the dishwasher. And I'm just like, wow. And so we, of course, 100 years ago, never thought of taking away
No,
a
we
phone
took the
charger.
TV away. We took
That's
the TV.
right. Yeah. And it didn't matter because there was no remote anyway, and the antennas never
Right.
worked unless they had foil wrapped around them. So you were good. And oh my gosh, they just have no idea how great they have it.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, take their batteries away. But I just was like thinking, how many batteries do we have? I've got solar charged batteries and solar this and solar
I
that.
was just going to say, your greenhouse is probably one big solar battery, isn't it?
It's getting there. I'm getting ready to put solar fans on top, and those charge up. So
wow, that's huge right there, for real.
I'll need prayers when I get up on that roof.
Oh
Not
my
open,
gosh. Oh,
but
Doc.
yeah, we won't talk about that. So that was yesterday. So I had to comment on that. But today is Arabian horse, which those are, I love horses, and I always say I admire them from a distance, which I do. I look up. They are a large animal, but they're, my husband has said they're like big puppies. And I'm like, well, big, expensive puppies.
Yeah, the people who have horses, they're absolute kitty cats and doggies. That they really do say that. Like, I believe that.
Yeah.
But the Arabian horses, oh my gosh. And for everybody here, please Google that and just see what an Arabian horse looks like, because they're just majestic and amazing. Yeah.
It's all posture. They trot it's incredible to watch, especially them go around trotting around the ring and all that stuff. I've got a family member that they're fairly new into horses, but they don't do the Arabians. But I don't know if it's, a trotting contest or whatever it's called, but I am not a horse.
You're such an equestrian, Doc.
I admired from a distance. Yes,
that's right. Yeah.
So it's Arabian Horse Day, and it's also Chocolate Mint Day, which that is like one of my favorite ice cream flavors. And there's, I think, Andy's candies. Occasionally, I'll have that. So I love chocolate mint. And you're shaking your head. You don't like chocolate mint? Do you like mint? Not really.
I could live the rest of my life without it. I have done peppermints in the past, like you always have those hard candies around kind of thing, but I haven't probably had those in 100 years either. So I could do without mint all day long. So once again, oil and water. This is always such a crack up. Doc loves meat. I don't do that. And the chocolate mint thing never happened. I would be more of a, what is that called? Jamocha English toffee kind of person if I was going to do such a thing as chocolate mint ice cream kind of thing. But no, it would never, it doesn't work for me.
When we were all in high school and we were young and foolish, and now we're older, um, my girlfriend and I I would go over to her house, Little Story and Chocolate Mint. And I specifically remember in the wintertime. Now I lived in Chicago, so it was beyond blustery. It was always blizzard like, it was always snowing, it was always cold.
I
And in
think that word you're looking for is brutal.
okay, brutal. We didn't know any better. I mean, we really didn't know any better. Um, we would walk about a mile to Baskin Robbins. And of course, walking a mile, no hats, no gloves, jacket is open, and it's 20 below, but snow blowing. And we would go get a chocolate mint ice cream hot fudge sundae. I'm just like, I just get cold thinking about it. Yeah.
That would be hard because, of course, everybody thinks that summertime is ice cream time. But some people, I guess, eat ice cream in the winter. But that makes me a little freezing. So yeah.
Yeah. It's memories, kind of scary. So yes. So happy Arabian Horse and Chocolate Mint Day.
Thank you so much.
Tomorrow is Love Your Pet, Muffins. And if your pet's name is Muffins, love your pet Muffins.
There you go.
And it's Leadership Day, which is pretty cool. Do you have any
I'm
comments
all
on
over that? I absolutely love the leadership part. Whenever we're in a group or a team or a training or whatever I'm doing, it's always amazing to me. And I'm grateful. I promise I am grateful for compliments or accolades or what. I really promise that. But I always specifically mention, and you've heard me say this a few hundred times yourself, Doc, could you please coach me? And I always say, I actually am so sorry to disappoint you, but I am not a coach. I am a trainer. And for me, there is such a difference in that. And even when I was doing the Leaders Only Please in person in Kansas City, my thing always was sometimes posture has nothing to do with your shoulders. It is just a disconnect almost when people are, I wish I could this, I wish I could that. Posture has nothing to do with your shoulders. It is a presence, it's a persona, it's a helping people get to where they want to go. I love that part. But I am definitely not a coach. I am a trainer. What about you, Doc? In your business, especially, the leadership piece would be huge, I would think.
It's kind of the same thing. Teaching people how to garden, or even in the naturopathy piece, you are responsible for your garden and your health.
Yes.
And I've got my doctorate. I'm a doctor. I'm not your health coach. I'm
Correct.
not going to help you at every little step. I give you the foundation, build up, if you want it bad enough, whether it's growing something or wanting to get better, or like what you're training in, if you want to expand your network, and you're at a posting party, there's that common, you have to do it for yourself. And I've learned a lot from you because I've been watching you, by the way, Queenie.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing.
But leadership, a lot of leaders serve others. They don't coach them. They serve. They help people. Like you're saying, you're a trainer. You give people steps and different, what you've learned, but you are always learning.
Oh my gosh.
You've said to me many a times, I'm going to so-and-so's training. And I've stopped asking because I know what the answer is now, because I asked so many times. But it's like, well, why are you going there? I want to see if there's something new I can learn, or I want to see how they do it, whatever it is that they're teaching. So it's kind of pretty cool. I'm not a health coach. I will give you the foundation, just like you do with, you've learned so much. And also that ties into the push a button, about LinkedIn, push a button. And then we share information. YouTube, I've learned this, I'll share the information. But whoever needs to take responsibility, it's kind of life, the whole life thing. Take responsibility for your reaction. And if your business is not working, change it, punt and pivot.
1,000,000%. I love Terry. First of all, Terry, and thank you for that. But I automatically love you serve, you guide. I love that as a hashtag. You serve, you guide. And it really is the deal. If I hand you a 6A business and you have no idea how to get to the top level of Enagic, the Kangen Water Company, I did you the biggest disservice in the world. And I have seen that too many times. If you go through one sale, two sale, 10 sale, 20 sale, 50 sale, and all of a sudden you go, gosh, this is actually awesome, then you feel it better. One of our friends in our community just became an elite in her company. And so that is a huge celebration. And I'm not sure how elite correlates to the 6A part of Enagic, but she even said this has been a year's worth of training, certification, blah, blah, blah. And she finally got notified this morning, I became an elite. And so that is how her company calls top level leadership. And I'm looking at this going, isn't that the coolest thing ever? But if somebody handed it to her and said, here you go, pumpkin,
Appreciate it. She wouldn't appreciate
absolutely
it.
not. No. And I really seriously have seen that too many times. If I just all of a sudden go, boom, you're a 6A, then they would go, yay, and good for me. And they wouldn't have done the blood, sweat, and tears to get here. And so I seriously mean it. I have seen that too many times. Things that are handed to someone doesn't have the same weight as it would if they worked for it. Can you imagine if someone said, boom, you're a naturopath and you didn't go through all those classes?
Yeah. Yeah. No, well, and how do we grow?
You just fainted when I asked you that.
I know. Well, it took me 6 years.
Yes, absolutely.
But how do we grow? It's through whatever, the training, the learning, the struggles, the failures, the person that doesn't get up.
Absolutely true. And Terry, and that's so true.
Yeah.
It's not instant. And actually, this is the funniest thing to me, Doc. I love our Doc and Queenie community times a million. Many of the ladies here, the people here, we've gotten to meet in person, which I love. And we've expanded past the Kansas City market, which is pretty cool to me. But when I'm out in the world, like outside my normal realm, and all of a sudden somebody literally will say, I saw your YouTube video. And I remember when you said, what do you say? You're an overnight success and it only took you 16 years. And I'm going, oh my gosh, they're quoting me. And it was the funniest thing ever because this was like not related to anybody. In fact, I kind of had to go, gosh, where do I know you from? And so literally she said, I saw your YouTube video and you were talking about, because I was obviously talking about success or leadership or something. And she goes, oh my gosh, you're the one that says I'm an overnight success and it only took me 16 years. And so I guess that resonates with some people because for many of us, it ain't been instant, Doc.
Well, just like Grace just commented, they want immediate gratification. I see that in the naturopathy all the time. I'm sick. I've got this.
Make me feel better by tomorrow morning at 7:30.
No.
Okay. I just wanted to know. And can you make me feel better by my having to do absolutely nothing?
No, still, it's not my responsibility. No, It took you years to get to where you're at. It's going to take you a little bit to get out of it. If it's worth it to you, I guess it's if it's worth it to you.
Yep.
And if it's not worth it, change it. If you still want to stay in business, punt and pivot. Try something else or try social media platform. If you're not on YouTube, of course, I'm pushing that. If you're not on YouTube.
Oh, no. You're not getting off this easy. What are your numbers now? I just thought of that because you have been rocking the YouTube thing times a million, Doc.
I don't know. I haven't checked in a while. Let me look. I'm up to 413 subscribers. Let's see. 143,833 views.
Oh my God.
Not been updated. It's probably over 145. It hasn't been updated yet. So
unbelievable. Congratulations times a million. And think about that, my friends. If you're not on YouTube yet, and please, I promise I understand as far as wanting to be videoed. No. But the bottom line is you're doing someone else a service by doing this. And all of a sudden somebody goes, seriously? Because of you, I can now, whatever it is, please think about that. I mean, seriously. And that's when I always talk about what is the, I guess you would say the legacy part, of course, that you're leaving, but please consider everything on YouTube. You can have your videos out. Well, I have actually known a couple people that their YouTube just made theirs disappear, which kind of terrifies me. But for the most of us, most times, everything's going to be there like forever. So it's your legacy. And I literally think the YouTube channel platform is the coolest ever. 145,000 views, Doc. You are, well, absolutely. That's the coolest thing ever.
I just am amazed by the platform. You know,
Oh
my
my gosh, yes.
6,000 people liked my carrying my compost out to my compost bin.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Doc. Oh, Doc. Oh, Doc.
It's funny, but it's fun. And maybe that's the way to look at things. Because, well, I'm sure you figured out a lot of times I don't take myself seriously. I mean, I take my work seriously, but a lot of times I'm having fun. I'm having fun.
That's a good thing that you are. That's for sure.
So happy tomorrow Leadership Day, Queenie, and let me brush the rush. I won't try not to rush through. Wednesday is Grain Free Day. So little education on that. Grain free, of course, is what would be grains? Grains would be oatmeal and millet and wheat and all of those kinds of things. And I kind of attribute it, of course, because I'm gluten free. I try to stay away from the grains. But gluten free is not necessarily super healthy either, because a lot of those gluten grain free flours are starchy. They're like tapioca is one of them. What else did I write down here? Oh, well, cassava, that was popular. It's still a little bit popular, but that actually is from the yucca root, which is starchy. Tapioca is from the same plant. Arrowroot is another starch. Those are all grain free though. Coconut flour is great. It's grain free. That coconut, I love coconut because it's multi-purpose across many. I use it in my gardening. It's fantastic for seed starters. Coconut.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. So, but grain for us, my family does a lot of grain free, and we do things like chai, flax, hemp, buckwheat, and my favorite, which of course I grow it, amaranth. You can grind that up, or you can use it as a seed. Quinoa is a seed also. So I'm getting all excited over that.
But see, look at that right off the bat. Okay, grain free to me. You have taught me so much about this. I don't do whole wheat bread anymore. I do sourdough, and usually only a piece or two a month, and that's actually no kidding. But the reason for that is when you were talking about the grain stuff, I was like, oh my gosh. And then you talk about healthy gut and all the different things that you do in your naturopathy trainings. And I'm just sitting here going, oh, yikes. And so it's literally like revamping. The good news is I don't touch oatmeal, and that's because of you. And I'm super glad about that, actually, or granola, too much sugar, and all the trainings that you have done. And even my post today on LinkedIn, I have a person handing a drink. It's not technically through a window, but you can see their hand in the drink. And not only is it a plastic straw and a plastic cup, but all I put is, what is in that thing? How do you have any idea? 1,800 calories on one beverage that came through a window. And I did the calorie count deal, and I looked at that and went, you've got to be kidding me. 1,800 calories, because of course they added this and added this and added this. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so it's unbelievable. And of course you have to get a huge, and I'm sitting here going, you can't possibly wonder why people are sick.
Well, and then I have to make a comment on the oat milk or the oatmeal. Here's a thought.
Okay.
they in conventional ranching, they fatten the cow with corn and oats. It's fodder. Anyways.
Think about that though, honestly. If that's what they're putting the pounds on the animals for, and you're sitting here and chewing down on the corn stuff and the oatmeal stuff and the granola stuff, did you want pounds put on? If you do, rock it, keep going. But that would not be my thing. And
well,
so
it's marketed, we're kind of, it's marketed as healthy, whole grains, it's healthy. Well, not really. So,
and it definitely depends on the person too. So grain-free day, Doc, we will definitely think of you when we're not eating oatmeal tomorrow.
As you're eating your chai seeds going,
See, absolutely.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thursday, they're celebrating California as a 31st state to the union.
Cool.
It's also Cook a Sweet Potato Day. And I know you like sweet potatoes, right?
I'm in, and I even have some, so I will even do that on Thursday. Yes, I roast my sweet potatoes in the oven in olive oil with garlic, and I am telling you what, OMG. Yeah, I can definitely do that well, I might even do it before that. Now that you said it, I'll probably have to have some, but I keep sweet potatoes around as a staple, actually.
And it's also Chili Day. Are you a chili fan?
I suppose I could do chili, but if that was going to happen, it would have to be during our January frozen
Turkey
tundra
chili?
thing. Yeah, I could maybe do that. I
Beans?
suppose black beans. Yeah,
Black beans.
yeah,
Yes.
it'd have to be black beans. And turkey. Yeah, I could do the turkey ground beef stuff, but it would have to be. I don't do soup or any of that stuff when it's not freezing.
Yeah,
Usually.
I'm the same way. It's yeah, because it's really it's hearty. It warms you up
Absolutely. Yeah.
as you're freezing to death. Yes.
Yeah.
Friday is banana bread.
Woohoo! I know you're a big fan of that. Your
My
family
children
loves
love
banana bread. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I made the mistake of putting chocolate chips in it. So if I make it without chocolate chips, nobody eats it. So I don't bake it that much.
Oh
anymore.
my gosh.
Spoiled. Yes.
Seriously.
Saturday is tortilla chips.
Uh-oh. We have a problem, Houston. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chips and salsa, I'm all over that, actually.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And I know that it's very healthy, which means I go to
The
Mexican
salsa is.
restaurants. Ugh, yeah. I go to Mexican
Really?
restaurants usually less than once a quarter on purpose because I know that I do have a weakness.
If I could get the temperature in my greenhouse like just right, my goal.
You could grow tortilla chips?
No. I love, of course you're gonna cringe. I love mango in my salsa, and I've done my own salsa.
I've had that. I can do that.
I can grow everything, and I want to grow the mango too, but I haven't gotten the greenhouse down yet. We will get.
I actually have had mango salsa. It's yummy. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
What is it? Red Room or whatever it's called over in Prairie Fire. They have mango salsa.
They have mango salsa. Yeah. Yes, it's just different. I can do the regular salsa too. And I learned my lesson this year. I thought I could do ketchup with all of we had, how many pounds? About 25 pounds of tomatoes this year.
Uh-oh.
And I discovered that 5 pounds of tomatoes, which is what I needed for ketchup, makes 16 ounces of ketchup.
Oh.
So I was like, maybe
Even
not.
I did the math on that one. That's not good.
It took me like 6-7 hours to do it too. And I'm just like, no. I see why I don't do that. I did it a long time ago, and then I was like, don't remember why. Well, I was my memory was refreshed.
That's a lot of pounds for very little output. That wouldn't work for me.
So yes, that was National Day of, and of course today is President's Day, where we honor our presidents throughout history. And I always remember we went about 10, actually it's closer to about 12 years ago. We went up to South Dakota, and we did get to see Mount Rushmore, which was
nice,
fantastic, incredible. The person that carved it back in the day. I mean, I think it was the 30s. He carved it, and then we also saw, which it's in the process, was the Crazy Horse Memorial, which they have the full face on now of Crazy Horse. He's going to be pointing. He's going to be on his horse. It was have you ever been up there? Have you ever? No,
not yet.
Well, maybe a Doc and Queenie go to Mount Rushmore trip after we go to a Royals game, but not on the same day.
Yeah, I was going to say road trip times a million. I know we've got lots of things to do. Yeah, let's try and get that on the calendar. OMG.
Yeah. Got to go in the summer. Oh my gosh, up there,
I look
the weather. Yeah. I thought Chicago winters were bad. No, like they get snow, the beginning of October, and it snows until May.
Yeah, I was just gonna say May. Oh my gosh.
And it's definitely brutal. It's brutal up there. So summer trip. So what's new? What else is new, Queenie? Any thoughts on anything?
I've got lots of thoughts. Mount Rushmore is fabulous to see. I love hearing that. Let's find out what our word is, because that rocks my world too, since so many of our friends came up with new words. So share screen, find the screen.
Tyrion, why don't you organize it?
I think she will,
I
right?
think she would. Yeah.
I
You
think
just,
she
you
will.
just got voluntold.
Yeah, voluntold. That's the coolest thing ever. All right, shuffle 5 times. And thank you guys again, honestly, for submitting these words to us. And if you have any more, just put them in the chat and we can see that. Look at that. Is this the coolest thing?
Resilient.
We talked about resilient the second we opened up today. And the reason for that is how resilient Kansas City is. And so
Can we spin again?
Mayor Q, as they call him, came on. And so that is just awesome times a million. So what does resilient mean to you, Doc?
It's all wrapped into, and of course I'm going to use my cheater power thesaurus. Can't say that today. It's Monday. But resilient to me is consistency. It's bouncing back. It's staying focused. It's let's see what here's what the power thesaurus says. Strength, pliability, resiliency, toughness, endurance, adaptability, hardiness, and then there's a few other bounce, buoyancy, give, fortitude. Those are super, super powerful, strong words.
Absolutely
and that's
true.
The way I get it. It's
Absolutely.
To me, I guess you could summarize it. You don't give up.
Oh, absolutely not. And I do think that that's how Kansas City's feeling right now. Instantly, you think of the people who did this are in juvenile detention. So that causes your brain to go, what? And so, but you think about resilience and resilient. And are you resilient? And I'm sure the answer to any of our friends in our community today is yes.
Well, let's flip it to the football game. The Chiefs just kept coming back, kept pushing for the goal, for the goal, literally and figuratively. Yeah.
Absolutely. And they did such an amazing job. Let's see if the topic piece to this is anywhere different. I'll shuffle 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 is your number. 5 is mine. So we're right in the middle and we'll see what that is. But you are so right. Let's see what our topic is.
Groups on social media.
Okay. I love that part. Groups on social media. I am still finding that people are not utilizing the groups as they could yet. And so let's think about that. What groups do you belong to, Doc? Is it all naturopathy and all gardening, or is it YouTube, or what kind of groups do you belong to?
I'm all over the place. I know that's a surprise to anybody that knows me. The majority are gardening.
Okay.
3 or 4 groups in Kansas that I follow. And then I have a greenhouse group.
Oh, wow. That's fun.
And I've learned some stuff there. Like I've talked about the heat in the greenhouse. Like, what a concept. Okay. It warms up. And everybody's having the same problems that I am. So I don't feel so left out.
Okay, good. Yeah.
There's, social media, of course. LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. And then there's other groups. I don't know if we want to categorize it in there, but there's groups that I'm a part of, like platforms that help me in my social media, like the TubeBuddy, the vidIQ.
Oh yeah, you've talked about that. Yeah,
I've found a new one. It's called Opus Clip, and for those of us that you're like, okay, it is
one more thing to do, don't you?
Well, there is a reason, and I'm researching it right now. And I was kind of laughing because they've got their free membership, and then it goes up from there. You take a video and you pop it onto this platform, and it chops it up into 10 shorts. So, of course, I'm always on the shorts.
Right up your alley.
Yep. It would help me with my shorts. But for 1 month, you only get 60 minutes. And I'm like, I can blow that out of the water on one video. So I have to kind of figure out, how I'm going to use it to my advantage. But no, I do my business. I do the expanding the reach, which of course are the social media platforms. And then I do platforms that enhance what I'm doing, whether it be ChatGPT, whether it be Opus Clip now. Yeah, I could come up with a grocery list of things that help me with my videos and my teaching, and I'm getting ready to expand with courses. I'm working on courses and books and all of that stuff. So that's another piece. How about you,
Well,
Queenie?
but wait, hang on a second here. What you're doing is all of these different pieces that you're doing, all the learning that you've been doing over these last several years or your whole life even. Now you see the culmination because look what's happening to your YouTube channel.
It's starting to take off.
Absolutely. And so all of these things now, the work, the learn, the train, it's happening. And I really mean it. We're all incredibly happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
how do you see this?
Well, the training piece, and for me, it's all about the sharing part. And I mean that with all my heart, because when you're part of a group, and of course, I instantly think a group on LinkedIn because it's very underutilized, by the way. But when you're on Facebook, somebody says, "Would you like to join my group?" And you click on it. Well, when you're on LinkedIn, you get to go do the searching. Now, some people invite you, yes. But all of a sudden, for me, let's say daycare centers. That is a great fit for me with the daycare environment because of my water being able to clean and disinfect with no chemicals. Perfect for daycare. Same thing with veterinary groups because all of a sudden you can clean and disinfect a veterinary clinic. And one of my vets in Leawood has her machine already because she didn't want the chemicals because she was boarding the animals overnight. And of course, the person is cleaning, and now the chemicals are getting in the dogs, and now they've got a weird cough the next day. It's not kennel cough always. Sometimes it's because of those chemicals. And so now they want a water machine because of that. There's so many things that you can do from a standpoint of think outside the box. And so the groups that you join are not necessarily water and healthy and blah. I want to go past that. People who own salt baths and, like I say, hairstylists, massage therapy clinics, locations, things like that. Think outside the box. And I always talk about begin with the end in mind.
Well, and how about this, Queenie? I use my Kangen for watering my garden.
Oh my gosh, of course you do. Well, that takes the organic piece one step further because I have thought about that when even at farmers markets, when I see that produce, I instantly go, I appreciate organic and I love the heirloom seeds now that you told us what that means. But then I go one step further. What type of water do you water your vegetation with? Well, it comes out of the sky. Well, now I'm happy because now we've got chemtrails and Lord knows what on the produce that you just made organic. So I appreciate what you do because I trust the organic piece of you. No runoff, no chemtrails because it's covered up in a greenhouse or those cloth things that you put on it and you water with Kangen. So talk about organic. You take it to the next level.
I'm trying as best I can. There are areas where I can't go 100%, but it's all about the healthy piece. And like you say, it's thinking outside that box.
Absolutely true.
The water machine in the house.
Yeah. Now you're going to have a water machine in the greenhouse.
If I could figure out how to attach it, I would.
I know that you would.
How to put it on the, I have been trying to go, how can I do this with the hose?
Oh my gosh. If anyone can do it, Doc, it'll be you.
I need an engineering person that gardens.
Yeah. Seriously. Oh my gosh.
So you guess what, Queenie? We've kind of gone a little bit over time, but that's fine.
Oh my goodness.
But time's up. It just flies like crazy, cray.
It seriously does, Doc. Thank you all for joining us and for being part of this community. And please, the biggest piece that we talk about, if you see the comments that are happening or people comment later or on the replay and you don't know them yet, please connect. That's the part I love so much. Doc and Queenie for me is so all about networking. What do you think, Doc?
It's same here. It's fun to connect with all of our circles of friends, local or beyond. It's been a blast, and we're thankful for your support. We're thankful if you catch us live or on the replay. Yeah, and we're having fun. We hope you are too.
No kidding.
All right. Well, thank you everybody again for joining us live or on the replay. You can reach out to Doc and Queenie. You can reach out to Queenie at kathyweaverkc.com or all over social media, myself, kitchengardenexpert.com, or all over social media, Kitchen Garden Expert. Don't forget, we're here every Monday at
5 noon.
And if you're new to us, you will see I try to take every opportunity to get her to do that because I'm not a soprano.
Oh, yeah, seriously.
And I just think it's fun. So take care, have a fantastic week, and we'll catch you right back here next Monday. Bye-bye, everyone.
My friends. Oh my gosh, what a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Thanks, Doc.
Thanks, Queenie.